Hi, STST 1010 students. This is Dr. Wheeler. This week we're going to start on Module 5. This is over research skills. Let's take a look at everything that we need to do this week. The roadmap for this week is just about research. You'll be learning about research and ways to increase your research skills. Also under Module 5, you can read this, I believe. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Our checklist for Module 5 is going to be read Chapter 5. Have you read Chapter 6? 6. Discussion 3. You're going to do one post and two responses. If you do not reply to two students, you will not receive full credit. Discussion 3 will be due, and I need to change this down here. I'm going to make Discussion 3 due on Sunday, July the 6th. And Challenge 5 will be due, found in your Dropbox. It'll be due on this Wednesday, July the 2nd. Check the course news. Check your email. I have a place under discussion for question and answers. If you have a question for me, the best thing to do is to email me. So let's take a look at Chapter 5 first. Chapter 5 is all about research, and I'm going to actually go backwards. The first thing that you need to do, and this is on page 82, when you're dealing with research, is to make sure that it's credible. A lot of professors will not allow Wiki as a credible resource. So it needs to be credible, believable, trustworthy, accurate, reasonable, and you need to be able to support it. When you cite something, you need to be able to support it, and I'm going to show you how in just a minute. Evaluate every source. Save your sources. Email them to yourself. That was the number one mistake I made when I was researching for my dissertation, is I did not email things to myself, and I would find this incredible article that I could use in my paper, and I didn't email it to myself, and I would say, oh, what is the name of it? I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. Use a step-by-step search method. This is when you're in the library. Start with a general reference, such as an encyclopedia. Then narrow the field down. Then you can go to the electronic catalog. Read this entire chapter, guys. You think that research is boring, but this is what most of your college career is going to be spent doing, is researching things. It makes you a stronger student when you research. How do you read all this stuff? When you do get an article, or when you're trying to read a book for research, how do you read all that and comprehend it? Because if you're like me, I read it and 2 seconds later I forget it. Well, you use the SQ3R method. I don't know if you learned that in high school, but it's survey, question, read, recite, review. Survey is, if you're going to read a chapter, and this is for other classes, you go through, you make questions out of every header. Anything in boldface, you make it a question. If you have a heading over cardiovascular diseases, what are some of the cardiovascular diseases? Make it a question. You don't know what they are yet. Then as you read it, you can answer them, and you have notes. You can put it either in the margin of a book, or you can put them on a separate sheet of paper. Because when you take tests in college and you say, now hold on, this was not in my notes. No, if your professor assigns you that chapter, you're responsible for it. So it's not going to be tied up in a pretty package in your notes and everything is going to be on your test. If they tell you to read it, you can get tested on it. So read over the survey question, read, recite, review. And they give a good example of it right down here that somebody did in a book. Anything that's in boldface print, you need to know it. Underline things. Just going through and underline as your professor is talking is not really being proactive. If you don't understand it after you've underlined it, it's not going to make much sense. Anything that you underline, make questions out of that and make sure that they're answered before you leave the room. So read this. Even though you may think it's boring, it's really not. You do need to develop your research skills. This is chapter 5, and I will put a link under the newscast for this week. I'm going to take you right now to Highlands. I'm going to start a new tab. I'm going to take you to Highlands, and I'm going to show you what I mean by credible source. Go to our library. If you're off campus, you will need a password. Go to Galileo. Our password changes every semester. For the summer semester, it is SETUP, setup. I've already logged in today, so I don't have to put that in, but our password for this semester is set up. Then I'm going to go to Browse by Subject. I want to look up ebooks. So I'm going to go under Education to look up ebooks. Hold on one second. I have to plug my computer in. You're going to go to Education. Go to Education again. And when you're searching, to me the one that's the most well-rounded is Eric at EBSCOhost. Pop up. Eric at EBSCOhost. And let's say I want to search ebooks. That's what my dissertation was over. Ebooks. I want them to be in full text because if it's not available right now, it's not going to be of much use to me. And I want to be able to pull up this article. So I'm going to click on full text and peer reviewed. If there are certain dates that you need it by, you can put it in here. I don't care. I want anything on ebooks. So I'm going to click on search. And it's going to pull up everything. I can click on this to read the entire article, or I can click on the actual title and I can read the abstract about what it's about and to see if I really even want to use this article. If I do want to use this article, the first thing I need to do is to email it to myself so that I won't lose it. You put your email address in there. They'll send a detailed citation and an abstract. Oh, that sounds good. Or if I just want the citation emailed to me. Every English professor at Georgia Highlands uses MLA. So I can just have the citation sent to me in MLA, and I have the name of the article. I don't have the abstract, but I've got the citation that I can cut and paste into my paper. And I can click on send. Okay, let's go back to this article again. We're going to click on it again. I can put add to folder, and I can just go down through there and click on all the articles I want to add to the folder, and I may have 10 of them. And I can email the entire folder to myself. Or if I say, okay, this is a great article, I want to use it in my paper, and you want to do the lazy man's way of citation, click on cite, cite. Go down to MLA, cut and paste, and you have your citation. Voila! And it's so easy. When you have, when you're writing a dissertation that has over 100 citations, this little button right here can become your best friend. Guys, these are credible research tools right here. This is very credible. So this is what I mean when I say credible sources, not Wikipedia. So let's go back to everything. That's chapter 5 in a nutshell. You guys need to read it. Let's go back and go over what's due this week. Your discussion 3 is going to be due before Sunday, July the 6th. Discussion 3 deals with page 71 in your text over organizing your study area. If you're in a messy area when you're trying to study, you won't be able to concentrate. This is all about it. Answer all of these questions. Remember, once you do your initial thread, you need to respond to 2 students in order to get full credit. And again, discussion 3 is due Sunday, July the 6th. I'm going to go to the Dropbox where I'll find Challenge 5, which is due before Wednesday, July the 2nd. And did I change this to, am I still under student? Yeah, I'm still under student. Okay. How good at you are researching and evaluating information? You are going to click on this link right here for the 21st Century Researcher. You're going to read the purpose, the goals, and the objectives. You're going to take a short quiz. And then right here it says that if you can't see the video, then cut and paste, from HTTP over. I couldn't see the video, so I cut and pasted it, and this is what it should look like. Click on this, watch the video. It's only like 30 seconds. Go on down to evaluating sources. Again, I couldn't see it again, so I started here, and I cut and pasted this part right here into a new window. And this is what it should look like. Use the arrow. It actually starts right here. Use the arrow to move forward. Watch this entire thing. Then you're going to go back again to this main page. You're going to go down to number 2. Based on what you learned above, compare these two websites. You can click on this one over Salem Witch Trials or this one on the other side. You need to view both of them. Then this is about getting help from a librarian. Do the Ask the Librarian. You can click on that. Exploring Web Tools. Click the wrench to learn about a few. You need to click on the wrench. Just follow the directions. This is so cool. And then you're going to cut and paste these questions right here into a Word document and answer every one of them. So that is Challenge 5. You need to complete all of these questions. It's really fun too. This one is really fun. It's interactive. I can click on my back arrow to get back to D2L again. So again, read Chapter 5. This challenge right here is due before Wednesday, July 2nd at midnight. And the discussion 3 is due Sunday the 6th before midnight. I'm still in the process of grading your last discussion and your challenges. Everything should be graded before Wednesday at midnight. Look under your grades and use the comments to write your next ones. Make sure that you capitalize your I's and make sure that you use correct grammar. This isn't a cell phone, so it doesn't automatically capitalize your I's, so please do that for me. So I am going to end this right now. Email me if you have any questions, and good luck.